Moving on from suppliers for a second, Johnny. So obviously the Mets are an organisation keen on partnering. You work closely with local authorities, partner agencies, by the river, etc. How are you seeing Zero Trust being applied and kind of giving benefits in that kind of more business collaboration, business partnering space?
So going back on the adage of, here's a warehouse full of laptops, and we're going to dish you out a laptop, and your identity exists within our domain, and etc. So we've got to keep that. So I think greater kind of collaboration has brought out the fact that actually, could a local authority identity come and use my services with their device, kind of going forward. And for us, it's also opened up another question. So actually, previously, you've given somebody a laptop and said, look, you exist in our domain, we know who you are, we know where you're coming from, you've got a laptop, you've got access to loads of services. I'm not brilliantly at monitoring that kind of lateral movement. I don't know later in that day when you come to log on, at 10 o'clock at night, actually, I don't know where your device has been, and etc. How do I do that enforcement piece, which you've kind of spoken about, that says actually I'm looking at all these other conditional policies and providing that kind of attribution. And it goes back to that trust piece, we talk all about principles, and shouldn't be just about assumed trust. So, for us, I think actually it is opening the doors because we're getting pressure from outside. So, I've got my own device, as local authority device, and I've got my kind of Met device, and I've got a device because I do multi-agency sharing. So there's a proliferation of kit. I've got a different identity for here. I've got a different identity for this device. I've got a different identity for this device. And the other thing for us is that kind of user experience. A lot of people forget that in the Zero Trust journey. I want to enforce step-up authentication. I'm going to ask a police officer to put their knowledge-based credential in and maybe a BitLocker PIN code, and then I might say, well, actually, I'm going to ask you to do, step-up authentication because you need access to the intelligence application. And I should be saying, actually, I've got somebody who's coming in on a device. I know I can apply a policy because they need access to that intelligence application only for an hour for that day. And actually, I might do re-authentication each time, which I should be. I should be checking that I've not been, there's not a SAML token that's been hijacked and whatever. So we are kind of getting pushed towards a model where which I think is a good thing because my warehouse for the laptops is like that.